Hello, my dear friends. This is Rabbi Aharon Dobinsky coming to you today from the holy city of Jerusalem, Israel. What a beautiful day it is today. It's going to start raining soon, so we're trying to enjoy each and every one of these as we get them. Beautiful day. But I have something for you today. It's probably going to be shorter than usual because it doesn't take as long to say what I have to say. If you were paying attention to last week's parsha, you notice a couple of things. And if not, I'm going to point them out to you right now, as you might have expected. Things that are very important. You notice we always say about Torah that it doesn't require you to add a letter or delete a letter. It's perfect exactly as it is. Okay, so this should tell us something. And what it should tell us is it's exactly everything in there is important. It's everything that's there is something we need to know about. Why does it do this? Why does it say it? Why does it say it this way? Why does it say it that way? And this week, there's particularly two things that I want to call to your attention. You may have already noticed them. If you did, I apologize for wasting your time, but it never hurts to have yourself reminded about things that are very important. This week we have the story of Eliezer, the servant of Abraham, going to Abraham's old stomping grounds to find a wife for Isaac. And he's given specific instructions. Don't bring this, don't bring that, look for this, look for that. Okay, but that's not the important part. The important part is two things. One, when he gets there, he's at a water well, and he says to Hashem, Hashem, please, for my search for this wife for Isaac, please, I want you to help me with this. I want you to help me because I want to do this. I want to be able to say to one of the women there, could I please have some water from your water jug? And she would say to me, not only will I give you water, but I'll pour water for all your camels. Now, most of you don't know about camels, but they drink a lot. That's why they can go so many days without water. So that's what he was waiting for. And the Torah tells us that the words were barely out of his mouth when up comes Rivka, the one who he's going to take back to Isaac. And he says, may I have some of your water? And she says to him, what does she say to him? She says, yes, you may have some of my water. Not only will I give you water, but I will pour water for your camels as well. Now, doesn't seem such an ordinary thing, but it is because, again, like I said, camels drink a lot, so it's a lot of water to pull. And at the same time, you need to remember that at this time, Rivka was only 3 years old. Now, people got older and wiser younger back then because lifespans were a little bit different back then, and lifetimes were a little bit different back then. But anyway, be that as it may, there are, by the way, machlokas about this. They say, no, she was older. We didn't figure out the numbers right. 3 years is what most of the rabbis will agree on. Anyway, so she does this. She takes care of him, and then she asks, and he says, "Do you have a place where I might be able to stay with you? Could I crash at your house?" So he says, "Oh yes, we have plenty of room, and we have plenty of food, even for your camels." And so he goes there, and the rest of it becomes history. They want her to stay longer. They say, we'll leave it up to her. And they ask her, will you go with this man? And she comes out and she says, yes, I will. Now, if you ask a 3-year-old today about that, well, you're talking about a child who probably can't decide what T-shirt they want to wear in the morning, let alone do they want to go to a far-off land with somebody they barely know. But it was a different time, so we take it for what it is. So here's part of it. He asked Hashem for something that benefited him indirectly, but it wasn't for him. It was for his master, Abraham, and Abraham's son, Yitzhak. It wasn't for Eliezer. It wasn't for him. It was for somebody else. He was asking a favor for somebody else that would be performed through him. Got it? That's a big point. It's extremely important. There's lots of people who sit to me and tell me all the time, I've been praying for this rabbi for so long and nothing happens. Well, I hate to be the one to inform you, but a lot of times I've talked to people who pray for something for 15 years, 20 years, and they still don't have it. And the reason is not necessarily no. The reason is still maybe not yet. Maybe it is no. And maybe that reason is a good reason. If your child wants to have a bag of candy before dinner, you tell them no. No. Why? Because it's not good for them. You're the adult. You know better. Well, in the case of Hashem and us, he's the adult. And he knows better. So he knows what the answer needs to be no, but also the answer may just be not now or not yet. And the reason is because there's something else we have to do, something else we have to experience in order to be able to handle whatever it is we're asking for properly, because we have in our mind an idea as to what it is we want and why we want it. And Hashem knows really why we want it, because sometimes we're less honest with ourselves, and He knows. He knows everything about what we think. And we may say, yes, we want it for this reason, and He says, oh, no, I know what you want. You want it for that reason, and that's not a good reason. When you get to the point where you want it for that reason that you're talking about, yes, I will say yes at that point. So this is something we need to remember, that things that come to us as we are ready for them. In this particular case with Eliezer, this came to him when he needed it, which was right at that moment, and he was able to take her back to Isaac, and they were able to get married. Not necessarily when she was 3 years old, if you want to go with that story, but we'll talk about that another time. There's something else we need to talk about, and it's very important here. When Eliezer, who, by the way, this whole parsha is about Eliezer. He gets the camels. He goes to the water. He asks Hashem. He talks to the girl. He talks to her, to her family. All this is about Eliezer. And do you know in this whole parsha, how many times was his name mentioned? 0. Not once was his name mentioned. This teaches us something. It wasn't about his ego. It was about his humility. When I asked him, what's your name? He said, I am the servant of a very special man, Aharon. That's how he talks about himself. You say, my name is Eliezer, and I'm here on a very special mission. No. He says, I am the servant of a very special man, Aharon. And that's the only name that he mentions. He never mentions his own name. So what are we looking for here to take with us in the future? 2 things. 1, we want to look for things that not only benefit us, but benefit others as well. As a matter of fact, Likutei Moharan, which is the magnum opus of Rabbi Nachman, tells us that a tzaddik is to ask and to get lots and lots and lots and lots of riches. But they're not to make him wealthy. They're for him to use to help other people, to get them educated, to get them closer to Torah, closer to Hashem. That's what they're for. So when you ask, that's why he's a tzaddik, because he knows this. You want to be a tzaddik? Something you should know as well. So we know that it's very important that we don't ask for ourselves only, that there be something in it for somebody else, because that's what Hashem is looking for the fact that what we want is not just for us, but that somebody else can benefit from it as well. 2, he wants humility. We all think that we're terrific, to a greater or lesser extent. And to a certain or lesser extent, we are correct. Hashem made us each individuals. We are each special in our own way. We each come to earth with a task that only we can do. I mean, we have tikkunim, we have things we need to correct. Everybody has that. But we have one thing that only we can do. What is that one thing? I have no idea. Because it's different. It's different for you. It's different for me. It's different for all the people that we know. It's a different thing. So, in that way we are special. But we have to remember that we are special because Hashem gave us these things. Not because we innately just are special. We're special because of the things we've been given by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we have to remember, humility is our watchword. It's what we should be looking for, because we ourselves are not the special thing by ourselves. We're special because of what we've been given by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, humility, and a little bit of anonymity, and we do things for other people. Think about these things the next time you ask for something. And remember, if these things are included, you stand a much better chance of getting whatever it is you want. Be well, my friends. We have a great Shabbos ahead. God bless. All the best.